You believe you are good at reading people. You trust your instincts. You have seen enough of the world to know when something is wrong. You believe that if someone were manipulating you, truly, systematically, surgically manipulating you, you would feel it. You are wrong. The most dangerous manipulation you will ever experience will not feel like manipulation. It will feel like love, like concern, like clarity. It will feel like the other person finally helping you understand yourself. And by the time you realize what was done to you, you will have helped them do it. There are 7 psychological mechanisms that professional manipulators, whether they know that term or not, deploy against the human mind. 7 patterns your nervous system is biologically unprepared to detect. Each one is running in relationships, workplaces, and family systems right now, possibly yours. Let us go through them. Sign 1. Gaslighting. The term comes from a 1944 film in which a man deliberately dims the gas lights in his home, then tells his wife she is imagining it. The clinical mechanism has not changed. What has changed is the scale at which it is deployed. Gaslighting is not arguing. It is not disagreement. It is the systematic corruption of your epistemological infrastructure, your brain's ability to trust its own recorded experience. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You always do this. I never said that. Each statement individually seems like a normal exchange. In sequence, repeated across weeks and months, they function as a precision instrument. They do not attack what you believe. They attack your belief in your own capacity to perceive accurately. When gaslighting is successful, the manipulator does not need to control your behavior directly. They have done something far more elegant. They have made you distrust the only instrument you had to detect them: your own perception. Deep sigh. The first sign you are being gaslit is not confusion. Confusion comes later. The first sign is a specific quality of exhaustion, the kind that comes from spending cognitive resources defending your own memories against someone who was there. Sign number 2. DARVO. This acronym was coined by clinical psychologist Jennifer Freed. It stands for Deny, Attack, Reverse Victim, and Offender. It is the single most elegant defensive manipulation architecture ever documented. When you confront a manipulator calmly, with evidence, with specific examples, watch what happens. They do not address the content of what you said. They deny it happened, then they attack. Not your argument, your character, your motives, your history. Then they claim victimhood. Suddenly, the confrontation you initiated has become an act of aggression you committed against them. You came to the conversation with a grievance. You leave it apologizing. Ironic laugh. This sequence is not improvised. It is a learned behavioral pattern, in many cases deployed automatically without conscious calculation. The person doing it may genuinely believe they are the victim. That is what makes it so structurally effective. It requires no deception. It requires only a particular relationship with reality, one in which the self is always innocent and accusation is always attack. If you have ever left a difficult conversation feeling guilty for raising the issue in the first place, you have experienced DARVO. Sign number 3. Intermittent reinforcement. You have already seen this mechanism. You know it from the first video in this series. Variable reward. Unpredictable positive response. The neurological architecture of addiction. The same mechanism that keeps a person scrolling at 2 a.m. also keeps them in a relationship they cannot explain. When warmth and cruelty alternate without predictability, when affection is withdrawn without reason and restored without explanation. Your brain does not conclude that the relationship is unstable. It concludes that the reward is about to arrive. The anticipation of the next good moment becomes more neurochemically powerful than any consistent reality. This is why survivors of manipulative relationships consistently describe moments of extraordinary connection, real warmth, genuine laughter, moments of intimacy so precise and resonant they seem to contradict everything that came before and after. Those moments were not accidents. They were the variable reward, the lever that keeps the rat pressing. You are not weak for staying in something like this. You were running on the same neurochemistry that drives gambling addiction. The only difference is the casino had a face. The warmth was a feature specification. The simulation. Meet Elena. Let us now enter the nervous system of a specific human being. Her name is Elena. Elena is not naive. She has a postgraduate degree and 2 decades of professional experience reading people. She identified the pattern in her last relationship clearly, 3 weeks after it ended. During it, she experienced all 3 mechanisms in sequence. She did not see them while they were happening. She felt the exhaustion of defending her own memories. She felt the guilt of having raised a legitimate grievance. She felt the pull of the next good moment with an intensity that made her distrust her own clarity. She describes the experience this way. I wasn't confused about who he was. I was confused about who I was. That confusion was not incidental. It was the objective. Sign number 4. Strategic isolation. Manipulation cannot operate at full efficiency in the presence of witnesses. Other people provide reality testing, alternative perspectives that can confirm or contradict what the manipulator is telling you about yourself and the world. Strategic isolation eliminates this infrastructure. It does not arrive as command. It arrives as concern. Your friends don't really understand you the way I do. Your family makes you anxious. Have you noticed that? I just feel like those people aren't good for you. Each statement positions itself as care. In aggregate, they systematically dismantle your external reference network, the people who knew you before, who have independent data about who you are, who cannot be edited out of your perceptual history. When the isolation is complete, the only mirror you have left is the one the manipulator holds, and they control the angle. Sign number 5. Guilt as infrastructure. In a psychologically healthy relationship, guilt is a signal, a momentary neurological response to having caused genuine harm. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You feel it, you address it, it resolves. In a manipulative relationship, guilt is a load-bearing wall. The manipulator cultivates chronic guilt not as a response to your actual behavior, but as a permanent ambient state. You feel guilty for having needs, for setting limits, for existing in ways that require anything from anyone. This manufactured guilt is not accidental. A person who feels perpetually guilty for existing is a person who cannot trust their own judgment about what they deserve. That cognitive state is the most fertile operating environment a manipulator can create. Deep sigh. Watch for guilt that doesn't resolve. Guilt that is brought up again after you believed it was finished. Guilt that arrives before any harm has been done. That guilt is not yours. It was installed. Sign number 6. Moving the goalposts. You identified what the manipulator wanted. You changed. You adapted. You gave up the thing they said was the problem. And now there is a new problem. This mechanism is particularly insidious because it mimics the normal dynamics of human growth and relationship adjustment. People do change their needs. Communication does evolve. So the manipulator's behavior is always deniable, always positioned as reasonable expectation setting. But there is a diagnostic. In a genuine relationship, meeting someone's stated need produces resolution. The tension ends. The concern is addressed. With a moving goalpost, meeting the stated need produces a new stated need. The resolution never arrives, because the goal was never the specific behavior they named. The goal was the ongoing demonstration of your willingness to change yourself to satisfy them. Your compliance was the point, not the behavior itself. If you have ever felt that no matter what you do, it is never quite enough, that the target moves the moment you reach it, you are not failing. You are running on a track specifically designed to have no finish line. Sign number 7, precision mirroring. This is the most sophisticated mechanism on this list. And in the early stages of a manipulative relationship, it is the one most likely to be mistaken for extraordinary compatibility. Your values, interests, opinions, fears, and desires are studied carefully, then reflected back to you with surgical precision. You feel seen more profoundly and immediately seen than by anyone who has known you for years. The manipulator seems to understand you intuitively, instinctively, as though the connection is rare and destined. It is not. What you are experiencing is your own psychology being used as a mask. The manipulator is not connecting with you. They are showing you yourself and allowing you to connect with that reflection. When you feel extraordinary intimacy with a person you have known for weeks, when the sense of being understood arrives too fast and too completely, pause. Genuine understanding takes time. It is built from friction, from misunderstanding and repair, from revealing yourself gradually and finding it safe. What arrives fully formed in the first month is not understanding. It is reconnaissance. The defense. These 7 mechanisms do not require a monster to deploy them. They require a person with a fragile or absent sense of self. Someone who needs to control their environment because they cannot regulate their internal one. Understanding this does not excuse what was done, but it diffuses one of the most corrosive beliefs that manipulation leaves behind: that you were too stupid to notice, too weak to leave, too damaged to deserve better. You were not stupid. You were targeted. There is a difference, and the manipulator depended on you never understanding it. Here is what detection actually looks like. Trust exhaustion as data. When a conversation leaves you feeling more confused about yourself than when you entered it, that is diagnostic information. Clarity should increase after honest exchange. Confusion that consistently points inward is a sign that something is being done to your perception, not revealed by it. Name of the pattern, not the person. Before you can respond strategically, you must be able to identify the mechanism. This is intermittent reinforcement. This is Darvo. Naming it does not mean accusing. It means seeing. Restore your witness network. One honest conversation with a person who knew you before is worth more than months of self-analysis inside the closed system the manipulation has created. Reality testing requires reference points outside the relationship and interrogate your guilt. Not whether you feel it, but whether it resolves. Guilt that resolves is yours. Guilt that doesn't is infrastructure. Ironic laugh. The manipulator's most important tool is not any of the 7 mechanisms I just described. Their most important tool is your belief that you would have noticed by now. You didn't miss it because you weren't paying attention. You missed it because you were paying attention to exactly what they wanted you to. Deep sigh. You are not broken by what was done to you. You are running damaged code on hardware that was never designed for this threat model. The first patch is knowing the architecture. The question is not whether someone has ever used these mechanisms on you. The question is, now that you can see the code, are you ready to stop running it? The Human Hacker.